Hey everyone, thanks for joining me for Ask Miko Anything. As I mentioned earlier this morning for Rise and Shine with Miko, I touched on the fact that I spent 4 days completely disconnecting from everything pretty much and really diving within and connecting with me. And ever since I got home yesterday and really kind of just staying updated to what's really happened in the past 4 days, in just 4 days, across the globe pretty much, especially here in California, actually like all across the United States actually. And it's hard not to say anything. It's hard to keep quiet, and I'm not someone who like suggests burying our heads in the sand and pretending like nothing's happening. Hi Billy. That's not what I'm trying to encourage, inspire, empower you guys to do at all. Like, this is not the time to bury our heads in the sand and pretend like everything's good, everything's positive. Like, we still have to be aware and to acknowledge the stuff that is happening right now. It's just so heartbreaking to see the riots, the protests that's happening. And first, I want to acknowledge that like all of those anger, all of those emotions are absolutely valid. Like, I acknowledge that, and it's absolutely like, there is no labeling it as good or bad, or with the incident that happened with as we all know, that tragic incident that happened, like, that is tragic. Like, I acknowledge that it's so heartbreaking, things like that still happens. But I think what's more tragic is the fact that, first of all, the media news has used this as an opportunity to further divide people, right? If we each of us are truly connected to our truth, we will understand that like everyone's connected. Like, if we have this deep knowing and this deep connection with us, we will understand that no one is separate, and there is like this whole racism thing doesn't even exist. But we can only know that when we're truly connected to the divine, to the higher power. But so many of us are not connected, and that's why we see all this hate, all these like anger brewing up. Like, I think that's the next level of heartbreaking like things to witness right now. It's not so like that incident alone, it's so heartbreaking, but the next level is the fact that now people are even more further divided and separated. Like, we're defending, and I'm not saying to not be angry, like, definitely embrace the emotions, like, definitely feel that. And but what's happening right now, as we can see, is like so many little incidences led up to this like eruption of anger, right? Just like how everything else in our life, it's the exact same concept, right? Like, it's like all these things just build up and build up and build up, and we never acknowledge them. Like, you can see that in a relationship with your partner. Like, you have all these little incidences where you're just so angry and you never address it, and you just always like bury it within you, until a point when a small fight can lead to a whole entire eruption. It could lead to like a terrible argument, and that's exactly what's happening right now. Like, there are so many pain and so much going on in each person's lives right now that are not being addressed. And something like this can completely lead the entire country into this madness right now. And it is just so unfortunate and so sad to see it. But the only solution, guys, like, the only thing that we can do as each individual is focusing on our connection to the truth, to the divine connection. And because when you do that, you create a ripple effect. You create a ripple effect that inspire others to reconnect back to love, to reconnect back to the concept of unity, of oneness. Like, we are all connected. But it just doesn't happen when everyone is angry, yelling at each other. And that's why guys, like if you are a leader, and you know you are, we are all born to lead, but especially those of you who have this calling, who have this vision that you're meant for something so powerful, and you're meant to lead this planet, this world, into a direction of love, light, positive, peace and harmony. If you know that's you, right? If you know that with the bottom of your heart, that's you, it's time now for you to step up. Like there is no better time than now. And the world needs you. The world just needs you. We need more heart-driven, more empathetic leaders to be empowered right now. So if that's you right now, stop letting your limitations, stop letting your fears and your doubts and your insecurities stop you. There are so many people out there right now who needs you to step up. I'm specifically talking to you if you're listening to this. They need you to step up. And you know that you have a specific talent, a specific gift, or a specific way that you can serve people to heal them. It could be to inspire them, to motivate them. But we need those leaders right now to rise up and to lead. Like there are so many people in pain, and it could be in so many different. You can have expertise in so many things. You can have expertise in like relationship, or if you love playing music, right? Music can be so healing and so powerful. You gotta embrace that passion, embrace that gift, and to play your music with your soul. And that is gonna really heal so many people. You gotta do whatever it is that God or the divine has placed within your heart. And that is gonna lead people towards the direction of love and our fear. And that really requires each of us to step up and do that. And so we don't need to see what's happening right now. It doesn't have to happen. It's up to each and every single one of us. Like, it's up to you to connect to God, to connect to the divine, and that's how it's gonna create a ripple effect. It's not through, we don't need angry leaders. We don't need leaders who are really encouraging each other to continue to be separated. Like this whole protest, like this fighting for our human rights, like that's further suggesting that we are separate, that we are different, right? There's no such thing. Like there's just no such thing. What we need right now is to come together in unity. And you gotta cultivate. And again, I'm not saying what happened is right. Like that's not what I'm saying at all. But really the next level of like transcending this planet into a direction for more peace and love is you gotta cultivate, get to a place where you can hold space for unconditional love, for unconditional forgiveness. I don't know why that police officer did what he did, and it's not okay. It's absolutely not okay, but I don't know his story. Like I don't know what wounds or what pain he was raised to have, like that led him to engage in that type of behavior. We just don't know that. We don't know why we have certain limiting beliefs, why we act the way that we do. We just it's up to us to be able to cultivate that love of unconditional love for everyone, no matter what they did. And that's really the way that we can transcend all the hate, transcend all the anger, transcend all these terrible crimes that are being taken place right now. It doesn't happen when we continue to stay mad and continue to like make this declaration that we are different. Like I am this group of people and you are this group of people, and we gotta fight each other. It just doesn't happen this way. So if you know you're here to lead, to make a difference in this world, it's up to you right now. We need you to rise up. We really just need you to rise up. And this really brings a good point. Like today was day 1 of my 26 Days to Greatness challenge. We launched today, started with the workshop at 6 a.m. and I am just so excited for this group of leaders who have decided to take a stand for themselves, and not only for themselves, but for people in their lives. Like, do it for your children, do it for your loved ones, do it for humanity. We need you to lead yourself to greatness so that you can lead others to their greatness as well. And in these 26 days together, their lives are just going to completely transform. And if you guys still want to participate, it's not too late. It's not too late at all. Just go to 26days to greatness.com. If you want to watch today's workshop, just send me an email when you get the welcome email from me, and I can directly send you today's link. So you are not too far ahead. You can still catch up. Guys, it's not just doing it for you. Oh, thanks, Doc Heather. This is not about you. Do it for your friend that you care so deeply about, who is in pain right now, who is struggling. Do it for that person. Do it for your loved ones who's in anxiety, who's in depression, who's worried about the future, who don't know what's next. Do it for that person. Do it for your kids. There's so many children, like I know so many friends who just gave birth, right? There's these beautiful babies that are coming to a planet, to this world right now, and they deserve to have a future that's where everyone is connected, where everyone is living in peace and love. We don't need a world like what we have today. So do it for those little kids. Don't be so selfish and worry about you. Do it for other people. So go ahead and join us inside the challenge. Today is day 1. You're not too far behind. You can catch up still. If you can't do it by yourself, get help. Yeah, exactly. Like there is so many resources out there available to you. You don't need to do it alone. And the best way to get out of any fear, any anxiety, any depression is when we are focusing our attention and our energy and our time on others. Like focus on others. How I can serve you. How can I serve you? How can I fix your problem? How can I make you feel better? How can I heal this planet? Focus outward. And you have the opportunity to do that right now. Like guys, seriously, I said this before. Our humanity's future depends on you, depends on what you do today. You know, you can always say like, yeah, someday I'll do it, someday, and watch what happens. This is what happened right now. Like we keep holding things off and say someday I will change this about my life. Someday I will do something different. Someday never comes, guys. Someday never comes. It's only now. It's always only now. Someday never comes. So if you say someday I will do it, you will never do it. So stop making excuses. Stop justifying your limitations. Do it right now. Say yes to your greatness. And greatness applies to everything. Applies to your health, applies to your relationship, applies to your finances. Like it applies to everything. Stop living in your smallness. Stop living in your limiting beliefs and your limiting ways of being. So that's all I want to share with you guys today. Like what's happening right now in our world is so heartbreaking and it's so sad, but it doesn't have to be that way. Now is actually a window of opportunity for people like you to step up and to rise up and lead. Like we need more empathetic, more compassionate people just like you listening to rise up and lead. But that's up to you. You know, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing other people can do, no matter how much we beg you to convince you. It's ultimately up to you to decide, yes, I'm going to go for that. Yes, I'm going to do something different. Yes, starting today, I'm going to really live to my fullest potentials and to use what God has given me so that I can serve the world, so I can serve others, so I can help solve a problem. But that's up to you. That's 100% up to you. So do it for others. And go sign up at 26daystogreatness.com. Again, if you want to watch today's workshop, Activate Your Greatness, just send me an email. Reply back to the welcome email that you receive from me, and I will directly send you the link to that. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow for Rise and Shine. And let me know how you guys are feeling. I know right now it's difficult for a lot of people. And like Doc Heather said earlier in the comments, like reach out for help. Don't do this alone. You don't need to do this alone. There are people like me who are here to listen. If you just want to talk, I'm here to listen. So reach out for help. If you're struggling, there are people out there for you. All right, guys, I'm sending so much love from me to you. I'll see you tomorrow morning.